Impact of change. So what is the impact of change? The impact of change includes the changes to work processes, equipment, practices and construction work. These are all called temporary works. What are temporary works? Temporary works in construction industry include short-term building projects, building maintenance, renovation work, demolition and excavations work. How we can mitigate the impact of change? There are different aspects. By following that aspects we can mitigate the impact of change. Now we will discuss that each aspect separately. The first one is risk assessment. We will do the risk assessment of the work itself and its impact on the workplace. That's how we can mitigate the impact of change in any kind of work activity. Secondly, we will do communication and cooperation between all the parties. Third, we will ensure the competence of worker and managers. Coming towards the fourth aspect, which is segregation of the area. In this, we segregate high risk area, low risk area and medium risk area with regards to our work activity. Coming to the next point, which is emergency procedures. We ensure the impact of the works on existing emergency arrangement, and we ensure that all emergency arrangements are in place to tackle any kind of emergency at the workplace during the temporary works. At the last, welfare provision for all workers involved. Welfare provision are basically your washing facility, your drinking facility, your toilet facility. These all are the welfare facilities which need to be given to the employees, especially to the construction employees, because at the construction site these facilities are mostly not available and worker had to go far away for these type of facilities. These type of welfare facilities should be given to the construction employees so that they can work smoothly and ensure that they work in a safe manner. Work include different type of procedures and systematic control. These are your formal recorded procedures, hazard identification methods, systematic examination of work and safe methods for each type of activity. For example, if you are doing hot work activity, if you are doing work at height activity, if you are doing high risk electrical works activity, you need to develop specific procedures with regards to these activities to execute these activities safely. Moving on to the next topic, which is how we can make our safe system of work effective. There are some aspects which need to be included in the safe system of work so that we can make it effective. What are those aspects? These aspects are people. We will need to identify that who is the safe system of work for, what is the level of competence or technical ability that people have. The second one is equipment. Equipment, what type of equipment will be used, what safety equipment will be required. The third one is materials. Materials, what will be used or handled during the work. And the last one is environment. Environment, where will the work take place, is there any kind of lighting requirements there, any kind of high or low temperature requirements there, what is the environment in which we are going to perform the activity. These all aspects help us in making an effective safe system of work to prevent any kind of incident or accident occurring. Moving forward, an effective safe system of work should be linked to the risk assessment and should be documented so that the standard is clear. It should be developed by a competent person with the assistance from workers, and in the end it is legally required in many circumstances. It is the duty of employer to develop the safe system of work, and it is the duty of employees to follow that safe system of work in order to prevent any kind of injury and accident occurring in the respective organization. Now we will discuss how we can develop a safe system of work. While developing safe system of work, there are some steps involved. These steps are similar to the steps we discussed in the task analysis earlier in this element. So now we will discuss those steps again. So what are these steps? Step 1 is to select the task and then record step or stages of the task, then evaluate risk associated with each step, and then develop safe working method according to those risks, and then implement that safe working method, and in the end we will monitor to ensure the safe working method. Let's just take an example of a work activity which is of changing a wheel of a vehicle. We will break that activity into different steps, and then we will evaluate the risk associated with each step, and we will decide the precautionary measures against that. So let's just discuss this example. As you can see on our screen that there is an example of changing a wheel. So step 1 in changing a wheel of a car is we will park the car in a safe location. In step 2 we will remove equipment from boot, and in step 3 we will loosen the wheel nuts. In step 4 we will jack up car, and in step 5 we again remove wheel nuts, and in step 6 we replace wheel and wheel nuts, and in step 7 we lower car and remove the jack, and in step 8 we tighten wheel nuts, and in step 9 we replace equipment in boot. All these 9 steps, each steps involve different kind of hazards and risk associated with it. We need to identify those particular hazards and risk, and we need to define particular control measures with respect to those hazards. Let's just take an example of step 1 of this activity. In step 1, the hazards is the traffic and the risk of violence hazard, and the controls measure which we can apply with respect to these hazards is we can select off-road location. We can use hazard light. If we still feel unsafe and uncomfortable, we will simply call the emergency services. While introducing controls and formulating procedure in order to develop safe system of work, it is the most difficult stage. We need to consult and engage different workers for that. We need to allow their concerns to be raised, and we need to address their concern also in order to develop the safe system of work procedure. We need to give proper information, instruction, training, and supervision for the employees in order to develop the safe system of work. We need to keep these things in their mind while we are developing this SSOW. After developing the safe system of work, we need to monitor the safe system of work to ensure that whether it is delivering its intended purpose or not, whether it is being correctly applied or not, whether all the employees are informed about the safe system of work or not.